and scream. Again. Are you struggling to stop the run? Be sure you check out Meister Madden for a full guide ranging from Heavy Panther to I-form close run defense. Enjoy the rest of this video. What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be going over one of the hardest blitzes to guard in Madden 20. Now, there is a specific reason as to why I like this over the 3-4 odd versus 3-4 bear. That is because it requires less adjustments. That's pretty much it. We're going to be going into the pinch bucko. Now, we are in the New York Jets defensive playbook. I think the Giants have this as well. Don't quote me on that. But there are other playbooks out there that have this also. So, 3-4 bear, pinch bucko. Now, a lot of people like to run this for, run defense. I personally don't know how to run defense out of 3-4 bear. I just haven't had enough time in it. But let's just go into corner strike right here. Corner strike. So, the blitz is really easy. Pretty much requires very little behind it. It's just going to be a simple press. That's just to help make sure the blitz gets home before any kind of routes are able to develop. And then blitz all linebackers. And then take your user right here and blitz him as well. Now, this is going to be particularly important when they start going into a max protect. Even with slide and ID, you're not blocking this. I promise you that. You're not going to block it. We'll do that right now. Let's just get straight in the meat of it. Max protect. I'm going to go and slide to the right and ID left. And scream. Again. 7-on-7. Now that time OBJ for some odd reason got a clean release. But you can see right there they're not going to have time to be able to throw that corner out. It's simply impossible. So again, it's really easy. It's just a press, blitz all linebackers, slant your D-line to the outside. Take your user right here and blitz your user as well. This is going again, max protect, slide to the right, ID left. You'll see screen. Bam, bam, and there's literally nobody at all to throw to. Everything is freaking bagged. It's crazy. So, with that being said, you guys know the setup. It's just a press. Don't baseline, just press. Blitz all linebackers, slant your D-line to the outside. Take your user, which is going to be the safety here, and blitz him. We're going to talk a little bit about coverage as well. So, in a gun bunch, what I might end up doing is I'm going to kind of make a cover 2 shell on this side of the field. So I'm going to take Y, put them into D path, and then B, put them into a hard flat. Just in case they throw like a little out route out there, and then streak RB or whatever. I don't know why they would do that, but whatever they're going to do, they may do something like that. If you're worried about that, you can always put Y into an inside quarter instead. You no longer have to worry about the little streaking. You can just move him down and do whatever you want with that in that particular situation. Oftentimes, your opponent is looking to force you into a max protect, so we don't want to do that. What we want to do instead is the play that I like to run against a man coverage, especially if you have the time, is going to be verticals. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put my running back on a streak. And what that's going to cause is it's going to force the user to have to guard 2 things. You can also put your slot receiver on a little hitch as well, really whatever you guys want to do. And you motion out OBJ and it'll just torch man coverage. But essentially we're stressing the user at this point to have to guard somebody. He has to guard the tight end because that's originally who he is manned up to. If he doesn't guard the tight end's going to be wide open up the seam. If he doesn't guard the running back's going to be wide open up the seam again. Now this is particularly effective when they start blitzing their user, because their user, when they blitz it, it requires even more time to drop into coverage. So again, we're going to go and set this up. Blitz all linebackers, slant the D-line to the outside, take our user and blitz him as well. Snap this ball, you can see right there. We got our running back right up the seam, and if the CP would have played that better, he would have covered the ball and he would have bounced it to the outside of the block, but it is what it is. So you guys can see right there, that's probably the best way I'm going to attack any kind of man blitz. Now, if you notice their user is no longer coming down into this gap and they're just you suspect they're sending 7 again, the most effective way to block this is going to be slide to the right. First off, max protect, slide to the right, and then ID the linebacker on the side of the running back. This is going to be your best bet. I'm going to go ahead and pass commit. I think I said run right. But right there, this is going to be your best bet to pick this blitz up in a max protect scheme. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Jarvis Landry on a drag. I'm going to audible into verticals. I'm going to put Jarvis Landry on a drag, and then we'll motion out OBJ. Now, I'm not going to stand right here as a user in this particular situation. I'm actually going to put him into a zone, and then I'm going to hop onto a defensive line. We'll motion this guy out and dot it up down the field. Now, guys, don't ask me how this corner is keeping up with OBJ on a wheel route that's meant to beat man coverage in Madden 20. But sometimes that's just how the game is. That's just how the game is going to play. This is almost always your best bet, though, in attacking this blitz, is going into verticals and putting your slot receiver on a drag, and then just slide to the right, ID left. We'll set this blitz up. It's all ready to go. And then motion this guy out. Snap the ball. And there we go. OBJ finally beats his man. And we get an overthrow because I did a terrible swerve. But you guys can see right there, we easily beat the man over the top. This is particularly good if they do decide to press. So right here, we'll give you guys a little bit of an example of when they do decide to press. So we'll go ahead and set this blitz up. Blitz all linebackers, slant D-line to the outside. And we're going to go ahead and get into verticals. Max protect, slide right, ID left, drag or running back. I'm going to put this safety, actually, you know what, I'm going to just let him do whatever he wants. Motion over OBJ. You can see right there, you got your drag wide open. Try swerving just a little bit. And this is going to be effectively probably the best route combination you can put on the field. Now, in a press coverage, so we're going to go ahead and press, there's one other thing you can do as well, and that is with that one-on-one corner that's running with Higgins. I'm going to go into max protect right here in the verticals. Max protect, slide right, ID left, is to put him in a comeback route. Now, this comeback route isn't always going to get open, and you're not always going to have time to throw it, but if you do have time, it's about, I'd say 8 times out of 10 it'll get open. Sometimes the defender's just going to be psychotic and run the route for him. But generally speaking, that's going to be a very safe throw as well. This time I'm going to go ahead and put Blair into hook curl. I'm going to hop onto a defensive lineman, whatever's going to happen right here. We'll motion this guy out. We'll slide right, ID left. Again, this is a max protect. That's the only way you're going to pick this blitz up. Motion out OBJ. It's right there. We got the comeback route. Dot. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how you're going to just torch this blitz. Now, this also applies to the pinch bucko out of the 3-4 odd show blitz version of it. Again, this rendition of the pinch bucko, it just requires less adjustments on defense to get this blitz set up, and thus gives you more time to be able to set coverage adjustments on your defense as well. So if you guys want more tips, maybe a separate video on specifically attacking man blitzes, be sure you let me know down below in the comment section. Subscribe if you guys are new. And until next time, this has been T Meister. See ya.